All right, we'll bring the CMI meeting to order at 5:36. Okay, CMI, revision, adoption, ordering of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any questions, changes? No, please vote. Thank you. Trustee Cooley.
I would like to introduce Cadet Major Mehran Hossein.
Did I get it right? I got it right.
There you go.
All right. All right. Good evening, Board President Nelson and Board members. Good evening, Superintendent Bennett and Cabinet. I'm Cadet Major Mehran Hossein, and today I brought with me my Cadet Command Sergeant Major, Diana Leon. The dynamic of our relationship is that I get to do all the paperwork and she gets to have all the fun in the field. Oh, no. All right. Is the presentation ready, ma'am? Oh.
Sarah, I don't think that's the right one.
I think we're on the wrong.
Yep, CMI, LCAP goals.
I think we're on Mr. Rhodes.
Yeah, I think that's Mr. Rhodes, though. Whoops.
So I'm Mr. Rhodes.
There you go. All right.
Go ahead, Sergeant Major.
All right. Good evening, everyone. So what we see here is CMI's Memorial Honor Detail Team. So on the first Thursday of every month, a team of 25 cadets go out to Riverside National Cemetery to perform full military honors for fallen veterans. That includes the firing of 3 rifle volleys, saluting the colors, and other military honors. So, next slide.
Recently we had a Dia de los Muertos festival, and what this is the Day of the Dead in English, and it's a Spanish heritage holiday. And this is the first time in our history as a military institute that we've got to celebrate this. And also on the left is our fashion team at CMI, and they also got to host their fashion club meetings during this festival. So this is the fun part. Extreme Team Challenge. We're part of the California Cadet Corps, so we come with all the other schools in the state of California that are involved with the Cadet Corps program. And so at this event, we all came together and we went through something called the Extreme Team Challenge. And this is challenging you academically, athletically, and in these two categories, they find ways to push you across your boundaries. So on the left side, you see the fun thing, which is they're playing human foosball. That was a lot of fun to watch. And on the right side, you can't see it, but there was a board and there were some questions they had to answer, but they were very critical thinking. You had to critically think in order to answer these questions. So it combined your academic and your athletic skills. Red Ribbon Week, I think this is self-explanatory, and all those cups on the left side, if you see them, those are cadets that vowed on a red cup. They said they would vow to stay away from drugs. They wrote their names, they planted it on our fence, and there's actually, if you go to our campus, there's many more fences and there's many more cups all around our campus. Link Crew Social Night. So Link Crew, I'm sure most of you guys know this, is a program that helps integrates the freshmen into high school. So what we have is every few weeks we have something called a social night. That's when we gather all the freshmen and we say, you know what? Take a breather, relax. It's time to do some fun stuff. Take a break from your grades. Just enjoy yourselves, have a good time, and be ready to hit the books the next day.
All right, so last Saturday we had the City of Paris Veterans Day Parade. So we took color guard teams and we had over 100 CMI cadets performing at this event. And that included a rifle team, and this video right here shows our main marching unit and our CMI band.
So just about yesterday, we had promotion boards, and what promotion boards are, they're like a job interview to decide whether or not you get promoted. And in the middle, we have some snacks set out for our evaluators. We didn't in no way specifically arranged that to say CMI. No. Picture's a little small, but you can see the board members and myself giving me a big thumbs up. And on the right, you can see the board members. So what they did is they would sit in a classroom, and someone would stand in front of them and say, "Good evening, board members. Here's why I think I should be promoted. Here's my leadership philosophy. Here's why I think I should be at CMI. And depending on how they answered, how they performed, they were either promoted or they stayed the same. But just for the record, but don't tell them, a lot of them promoted. We have some upcoming events tomorrow to the 20th. We have our leadership camp at Camp Pendleton. That's going to be phenomenal. They'll be doing physical fitness training. They'll be going through rifle simulators. They'll be going through leadership courses taught by the Marines at Camp Pendleton. We have Officer Candidate School coming from December 2nd to the 4th. That's when we take cadet non-commissioned officers and turn them into officers. That's when we teach these people critical thinking. We teach them how to lead as an officer. And I think Officer Candidate School, one of the greatest things about it is that when they graduate from high school, they understand how to function as independent young adults. And then we have our passing review on December 9th. I'd like to invite all the board members and the cabinet, superintendent, and board president. Please, if you could come by, the passing review is open arms to all of you. And the point of contact for all these events is myself, Cadet Captain Moran Hussein, Cadet Major, or at 283819@my.phsd.org. And here's a shout out to the seniors of class of 2017 for California Military Institute. By the way, we're seniors. Thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you. Principals update, Mr. Rhodes.
Good evening, President Ellison and Board and Mr. Grant Bennett and Cabinet. I have only one thing to report tonight, and it's going to take all of about 60 seconds, but I'm pretty proud. We are working on our application to hopefully get the nod to be recognized as the Gold Ribbon School. We were nominated, and we're going through the process now of trying to get that through, so I'm pretty happy about that. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Excuse me. Information item on the October's 2016 monthly suspension report. Didn't show it. Never came up. Hold on. What did I say? Mistakes. You throw me off there, Grant. Throw me off. Okay. Okay. Invitation to address the Board of Trustees on agendized and non-agendized items. No takers for CMI. Okay. Now, consent calendar. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay, please vote. Thank you. Okay, information item, college readiness block grant for CMI. Is this presentation? Ms. Salcedo?
Good evening. It's my pleasure to let you know that one of the wonderful things that has happened for us as a district is that we've actually earned college readiness block grants and CMI. If I can invite Mr. Rhodes to come back up here and give a presentation on some of the data that he and his team have been looking at and his plans for expenditures of this block grant. Mr. Rhodes.
Thank you, Dr. Salcedo. So, as Dr. Salcedo said, we are trying to figure out a way to best utilize the funds that we hope to acquire. For us, it's about $75,000, and we're planning on spending about $25,000 per year over 3 years. Looking at our, and go ahead. Oh, sweet. I didn't know that. Without my glasses on. In keeping with the LCAP goals, of course, everything we do tries to align with the LCAP goals. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing it. So one of the things that we looked at initially, well, we looked at a lot of things, but as we look at how we're going to spend this money, we looked at ACT, SAT, AP, grade distribution, college going rates, a whole bunch of things to try and better prepare our students for college. And in our research and in our study, we found that there was a need to also work on not our enrollment, but our AP success. And that's another reason that I'm looking forward to utilizing these funds. In addition, this is just another slide that talks about that dip, in case you're wondering. We were expecting that dip in 2016 because I know it jumps out at you because of a couple of the tests that they changed. We were fully expecting that will go back up, I promise. Another exciting thing we're doing, just like the other schools in the district, we're pretty excited about dual enrollment and concurrent enrollment. This slide talks about both, and we're trying to expand that program as well, obviously all in keeping with having kids better prepared to go to college. Our A through G completion rates are, as you can see, they've continually gone up. And if you look at the subgroup data on the side, on the right, it's good, but it's not perfect. And our goal is using these funds and looking at how we're going to better prepare students is to increase those subgroup numbers all to 100%. So that's our goal. This is just another graph that talks about the A through G completion rate, but it's a little easier to read. Again, good data, but not perfect, and we just want to shore that up and get those outliers through the process. So that's another one of our goals. Oops. Again, this is another one that talks about our FAFSA completion rates. Again, very good, however, not perfect. So utilizing these funds, we plan to take it from 97% to 100%, and we should be there easily. Yes, sir, one kid. One kid, he was on home hospital, by the way, just for the record. And I did make a home visit, but we didn't catch him. So anyway, this year will be 100. EAP success is generally commensurate with schools in the district and in the county and in the state. But again, not perfect. Could it be better? Absolutely, always. And so this is another thing that we're going to utilize. We're going to use the data and then the additional resources to increase our EAP success both in math and in English language arts. Our graduation rate is reasonably good. We won't be spending a whole lot of time and money on that, but we do have a bigger class this year, so we hope to get everybody across the finish line, which I think we will. This is one of the areas that I really, really would like to spend just a moment on. Our metrics generally are very good. However, our SAT data is not indicative of what the other data metrics kind of point out. So we're going to spend some time and effort on doing a better job of preparing our kids for the SAT across the board. And we have a plan for that, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. One of the things that we're going to do is we're going to bring a teacher on extended day, and we have some flexibility in our master schedule. So what we're going to do is take a teacher that would normally have a first period JROTC class, and we're going to give him or her an SAT prep class. In addition, we're going to capture about 20 minutes, 2 days a week, and we're going to extend the ability for students grades 9 through 12 to go through an SAT prep course. In addition to that, we're going to have one-on-one conversations that cycle through with the 11th and 12th graders continually. At the 6-week, at the 12-week, at the semester, it's an ongoing process. In addition, we're going to do some SAT, ACT workshops, and then we're also going to continue to send our teachers to the Summer Institute, and then we also plan on spending some money to take students who would normally not have the opportunity to colleges in the local area and perhaps beyond to expose them to the college-going atmosphere. And that is all I have.
And just a note to the board that you'll see this you'll see this item again next month. It requires part of the grant requirement is that you see it twice. It gets presented to you so that you have an opportunity to kind of digest the information.
Okay, thank you. Other items by the superintendent?
Nothing tonight, President Ellison.
Thank you. Other items by the Board of Trustees? Dr. Rouse? Ms. Twyman? Ms. Cooley? Mr. Agundez? Nothing from me this month? Okay, we're going to recess this meeting at 5:52.